Do you have a digital business such as an e-commerce, a SaaS, a software business, a digital agency, a digital network, anything that's digital in nature? One of the most common questions I receive time and time again, if not the number one question, is how do I get more traffic to my product, my service, or my website? And the owner of the businesses I'm working with them will assume if they get more traffic, it's going to solve all their problems. There's a lot of details underneath that to make that happen. And people get so overwhelmed, they don't know where to start. Or if they've started on a tactic to get them more traffic, they tend to give up too soon. And that's unfortunate because they end up chasing things around and around and around, and it causes them just to waste time and costs them to lose money. And so it's just interesting as I work with these businesses on helping them scale so they can actually get ready to sell their business. That is one of the most common questions I get. And that is my role as an M&A advisor, helping businesses that are doing a certain amount of revenue because they have revenue, they have profit, and they're looking to sell their assets. Because I get to look behind the scenes, I see the financials, which is really what the business is generating, and that obviously translates into financials. But then I get dig a little bit deeper and I get to see behind the scenes in terms of how they're operating the business. How are they generating traffic to their product or service? And then how are they monetizing that traffic? And there's some common elements that I see over and over and over again. And again, it's fascinating that there's some four tactics that a lot of business owners just don't utilize them. They'll utilize them a little bit, but they typically don't go deep enough. They're really not leveraging to the fullest of their ability, or not even to the fullest of their ability, but just even going a little bit deeper, because if they did, they would solve their problem of getting more traffic. And some of the common tactics that you can do or strategies that you can do to get more traffic is there's paid traffic and there's organic traffic. And paid is obviously going to be much quicker, but organic is going to be free, but it's going to take you longer. So it comes down to picking your poison or picking your choice, if you will. Paid is much faster and can work very effectively if you do it appropriately and you know how to do it. And organic can also work as well, but it's going to take a little bit longer because you need to build up that momentum towards either building relationships or developing content, which is going to then generate the traffic, which will then lead to more revenue and subsequently more profit. So when you are ready to sell, you'll get the most money for it. But one of the things that people overlook there's really four main tactics I look at as to get more traffic. And these are the most common ones. When it comes to organic, there's search engine optimization, which basically means having content on your website or your property that you own, or even some third-party properties that you can leverage or tap into. For example, you could tap into LinkedIn and just the power of the LinkedIn platform. If you're posting content or creating content or newsletters on that platform, you could actually rank your information and then redirect the traffic that you'll get from there to your website, thereby creating you potentially more revenue and more profit. So that's one way of getting more traffic, is just search engine optimization, otherwise known as SEO. Another way is just sheer content. Again, going on social media, just producing various types of content, which could be video marketing, such as this, could be written content. It could be graphics and listicles or memes. Going across all different social media platforms is the most popular way to do it. And there's an endless supply of options out there. You have Facebook, Instagram, you have Twitter, you have Pinterest, you have YouTube, you have the various video channels, Rumble. There's a whole bunch of other new channels that have popped up now. And again, creating competition. At the end of the day, all these platforms are vying for our attention. But if you then develop that you've got some very unique content and leverage your talent, your creativity, you can then harness that traffic and get it back to your website. So that's just another way to do that. My favorite way of getting traffic to any business is through paid traffic. And when I first got involved in this space, or at least in growing our e-commerce business, it terrified me thinking through how was I going to leverage paid traffic, but I knew I needed to get some actions or get some results quickly. And long story, but through a lot of trials and tribulations, I was able to leverage social media advertising to generate traffic to our website, which then generated revenue and, of course, obviously profit. So social media or advertising such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, there's LinkedIn, there's TikTok ads, there's YouTube ads. Every platform now pretty much offers you the ability to run a paid advertisement on their platform. And depending upon who your target customer is, if you then present them either an ad or some content in a compelling way where you're solving a problem that they have, then you're going to be able to harness that traffic and obviously create some level of trust. But it's interesting along those lines is that when businesses are looking to either do organic traffic or paid traffic, they don't focus deep enough on some of the ways that they can demonstrate how they can solve a problem. A lot of times they'll solve a problem because it's a good problem to solve, but really what you should be focusing on problems that need to be solved because we all have them. Every day you wake up, you have something that's a pressing need that or a pressing problem that we need to solve. And then as the business owner, if you can demonstrate, first of all, identify what those problems are and then demonstrate how you can solve that through that organic traffic or paid traffic, you're going to lead to more revenue or more traffic to your website, which is going to give you more revenue and obviously more profit on the back end. So looking at paid traffic a little bit deeper, you have social media traffic, like I said, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter. There's all these different platforms that you can do paid content. And there's also Google Ads. A lot of people are aware of is we all use Google. A lot of us still use Google as a primary source to get information. Although now there's other options out there with AI. But if you're looking at Google in terms of can you leverage traffic from Google Ads to your website, the answer is absolutely yes. But there's a bunch of details around that, which I'll create a future video for. But at the same time, it's a tactic that clearly works. You can spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars per month on generating traffic back to your website so you can then grow your revenue and then grow your profitability. So if you are a digital business and you're struggling to grow right now and you're looking to scale your business so you can eventually sell it one day, or if you're even closer to selling one day, you're going to want to look at these tactics. And what I'm also doing, I'm running a workshop next week where I'm actually going to dig deeper into a tactic on the back end in terms of how you can leverage, first of all, getting that traffic. But once that traffic comes to your website, what do you do with it? Like, how can you monetize it or how can you use that? And there's a whole bunch of ways around that. But the number one way that I go to, or my go-to way, is called quizzes, leveraging a quiz. So if you think about this, you get traffic that's come to your website, such as an eyeball, and you're creating some curiosity because we all like quizzes. And if you create an accurate quiz, you're going to lead to being able to do some very unique things with those answers that an individual is taking. And you're going to demonstrate how you can solve a problem that they have. That's something that they need to solve. And if you ask the questions the right way and you frame things in a sequential order, you're going to be able to demonstrate how you can solve their problem. And therefore it's going to lead to more revenue and more profitability. But how do you get people to actually take that quiz? Well, you can leverage search engine optimization. You could also leverage organic content. You can also leverage then paid traffic, which is going to come down to Google Ads or social media advertising. So think about that. Again, you have a problem, your customer has, they know the need to solve it. It's not a good problem to solve. It's a need to have problem to solve. And then you generate traffic through these various tactics such as SEO or content marketing. And then if you do paid advertising, it's either going to be through Google or social media. Once they get to your website, you're going to take that quiz and you're going to go very granular with the answers to those questions, demonstrating how your problem or how your product or service can solve their problem, their pressing need. And then you're going to make an offer to them with your product or service. That is one of the best ways to grow your business, is taking traffic that you can harness, getting to your website, going really deep on that and doing it through a quiz and then monetizing on the back end. So if you'd like to learn more about that, I'm running a free workshop. You can click the link somewhere around this video, the button or the link, go ahead and register. It's going to be free to charge. Just sign up for it and you will learn some of these tactics on how you can use a quiz to grow your revenue. All right. Thanks.